Mayor, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for March 17, 2022, to order at 7:12 p.m. On roll call, we have Council Members Ballesteri, who's absent, Dennis, here, Golubek,
Here.
Pellegrin,
Here.
Sheridan,
Here.
Council President Fasolo,
Here.
Mayor Coletti.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Shanae. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And what a nice audience we have here tonight. This is probably the fullest this building has been in the last 2 years. Of course, COVID didn't help us out at all. But how are you all doing tonight?
Great, thank you.
It's a happy night here in Elmwood Park, right? Okay, let's start off with saluting one of the greatest flags in the universe. I'll do that after this. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unique situation here tonight. We have 3 religious leaders from different religions so that we encompass everyone. I'm going to ask them to come up and bless this meeting. So could I have all 3 of those religious leaders please come up here and bless this meeting? Should we toss a coin to see who goes first?
No, we have the layout, first, second, and third.
Okay.
Everyone order. So, good evening, everyone. This is a special occasion. This is my first time, first of all, in this building. Honored to be here in front of all of you. Know that tonight is a celebratory night, that there are men and women who will be honored this evening, promoted this evening, and that we believe, we use the word in Hebrew of hashgacha, which means providence, that we believe that everything is ultimately divine providence, that we are here together for a reason. And what's most inspiring about looking out at this room is seeing community. And what's the word in community but unity, that everyone is here together, coming here to bring some semblance of order and something unique to the world, and may everyone be blessed.
Thank you very much. I think we can applaud. I think it's only fitting. I've been here about 25 years. I had a little period where I wasn't here for a year or 2, but I've never seen anything like that happen here in the 25 years. And the unity that it brings to our community. All right, so let's get started. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey require at the commencement of every meeting a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now, therefore, be advised that meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing a special meeting notice in the Record and Herald News, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in a public place within the municipal building, and also by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted and transmitted on January 8th, 2022, and published on January 11th, 2022. Shanae?
Okay, next on our agenda, we have approval of minutes. We have January 13th, 2022 special meeting, January 13th, 2022 work session, January 13th, 2022 executive session, January 20th, 2022 regular meeting, and January 24th, 2022 special meeting.
Motion on the minutes?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Valesari, who's absent, Dennis.
Yes.
Golombek,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Fasolo, Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we're going to do some honoring right now. We'll turn it over to Mike.
Thank you, Mayor. So let me start out by apologizing to Mr. Jerome Drummond. Jerome, please stand up. I don't know how I could forget that face. This guy has the best smile in the borough. It's an honor to work with him. His coworkers love him. He does a great job. I met him in the schools. He worked in the schools before he came over. And in honor of Black History Month, I forgot Jerome because he's not in this building, and sometimes I don't see beyond these walls. Jerome, in honor of Black History Month, our first African-American DPW employee, so please come forward. Scott Clark, can you come forward as well, please, Scott? I was the most handsome until he got hired.
Scott, why don't you do the honors of reading this? Being that this is our director of the DPW, I think it's only fitting that he does the reading.
In honor of Black History Month, the Borough of Elmwood Park honors Jerome Drummond as the first African-American DPW worker, February 2022.
This guy is wasting his time with DPW. He's in Hollywood.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next. March is Women's History Month, and we have another first in our DPW. So in honor of Women's History Month, the borough would like to honor and recognize Melissa Manarino for being the first female DPW laborer in borough history. Come on forward. Scott, come on up.
Sorry, guys, but this is the cutest DPW person.
Come on, Mayor. Melissa, the Borough of Elmwood Park honors Melissa Manarino as the first DPW worker, March 2022.
Who's on first? Okay, council comments. start off with Mr. Golovac.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you and congratulations to Mr. Drummond and Ms. Manarino. As I said last month, we've done 2 months in a row something that was not even possible 10 to 15 years ago in Elmwood Park, and that's celebrate the diversity of our workforce, which should always look like and represent the people that it serves. So congratulations and thank you all for coming out and supporting them.
Councilwoman Sheridan.
I just want to say congratulations. You're in a perfect town. Everything's going to work out. And basically, congratulations. Thank you.
Councilwoman Pellegrin.
Ready? Good evening, everyone. To our DPW employees, Jerome and Melissa, it's very special to be able to honor you both this evening. You both have made history in our DPW as firsts. I wish you both long and successful careers here in Elmwood Park, and I'm so happy that you're both part of our team. Congratulations to you and your families.
Okay, Councilwoman Dennis.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone. Jerome, Melissa, congratulations. It's nice to have you guys a part of the team. Jerome, we apologize for not having you here last month, but you made up for that in your outfit. You look very nice tonight, just saying. But it's an honor to be here tonight to congratulate you both. You both have some very interesting jobs that I couldn't do, so I'm in awe of what you do, and I'm just happy that you're being celebrated tonight. Congratulations.
And Council President, Mr. Fasolo.
Thank you, Mayor. The DPW every day does a great job in Elmwood Park. We have one of the best DPWs. So I just want to say that to the entire department. But these two just help contribute to the diversity in Elmwood Park and really represent Elmwood Park in a great way. So congratulations.
I want to congratulate both parties, and I think it's important that we understand that these people rose to the height on merit and their content, not based on their race. So that's a tribute to those people, and we're happy for that. Moving right along here, we have another presentation honoring some of our police officers.
At this time, I will ask that Chief Foligno, Mayor Coletti, and Police Commissioner Councilwoman Pellegrin to come up and present detective badges to 3 officers.
Thank you. Tonight, we're going to be giving 3 police officers their detective shields by appointment. First, and I'll read a little quick bio about each guy. Alessio Medrano started his law enforcement career in 2009 with the City of Paterson, where he served for 1 year and was then abruptly laid off along with 125 other officers. In 2011, he was hired by the City of Passaic. During his tenure in Passaic, he served in an undercover capacity and also worked in the Quality of Life Unit. In 2014, he transferred to the Elmwood Park Police Department. While serving this borough, Eli has made numerous arrests, including narcotics trafficking, illegal handgun arrests, and attempted murder arrests, all while assigned to the Anti-Crime Unit. He was assigned for 1 year to the New Jersey State Police Opioid Task Force, where he investigated and helped dismantle heroin production mills. He is now assigned to the Detective Bureau and will be overseeing narcotics investigations as well as ABC investigations. Second, I have Christopher Miranda. Chris started his law enforcement career in the city of Perth Amboy in 2013. While at Perth Amboy, he served in the Patrol Division and Anti-Crime Unit. He transferred to Elmwood Park in 2016, serving in the Patrol Division and Anti-Crime Unit, where he was responsible for dozens of narcotics and illegal handgun arrests. He is now assigned to the Detective Bureau. Third, I have Nicholas Domofsky. Nick started his law enforcement career in 2012 as a police officer with the NJIT Police Department. He was placed on loan to the Newark Police Department, where he was assigned to the Crime Suppression and Narcotics Units. He transferred to Elmwood Park in 2017. He has served in the Patrol Division, on the Power Shift, and as a member of the Anti-Crime Unit, where he has been responsible for multiple narcotics arrests and illegal handgun arrests, and is now assigned to the Detective Bureau. Gentlemen, congratulations on receiving your detective shields. All three, obviously, you can see these guys have been assigned to other units that are proactive units. They are proactive employees. This is well-deserved. They earn this. This is not a gift. We don't give out gifts here. We only give them on Christmas, and it's not Christmas. So guys, you earned it. Hard workers, self-motivated guys. You don't need supervision, but we give it to you anyway. Keep doing what you do, and come up and get your shields.
I'm not missing this photo. This guy just grabbed my hand. I can't move it. Okay, we're moving right along here. Mike, I'm going to shift it back to you again.
Mayor, I said what I had to say. I don't want to blow their heads up too much. They got work to do. I turn it over to the mayor and council.
Okay, we're going to start off with Mr. Gullenbeck.
Congratulations, very well deserved. All the best.
Thank you. Mr. Sheridan.
Congratulations. God bless.
Mrs. Pellegrini.
Yes. Congratulations to all three of you for receiving your detective badges this evening. It's a proud moment for all of you and your families. I wish you all continued success in your new roles, and I thank you for all you do for our community. And I pray that you always stay safe. Congratulations.
Mrs. Dennis.
Congratulations, detectives. We appreciate your dedication to our residents. It's a badge well earned. We'll keep you in our prayers at night and wish you continued success.
Council President Fasolo.
To all you detectives, you have served your community with honor and integrity, and I know you continue to do so in your new capacity. So good luck and stay safe.
I'd just like to say the importance of a command, the importance of following the rules and following the chain of command, how important that is to running a good organization, and our chief does a hell of a job doing that. But this tonight isn't about that. It's more so about the advancement of these three young men. We start off in high school and then college, and we're thinking about our short-term goals, right? And like a night like tonight, you've reached that short-term goal. But now you have to focus on the long-term goal, which is to take this guy's seat away. my point is that you always got to keep reaching, and the fact that you reached this point means your formula is working for you, and that you should be congratulated for. So what do you say, another round of applause for these three gentlemen? So damn the torpedoes and full steam ahead. Miss,
Now we have Resolution R-112-22, appointing chaplains Rabbi Andrew Schultz, Pastor Isaac Ronald Williams, Imam Muhammad El Falali to the Police Department. Whereas the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park will adopt ordinance number 22-08 on final reading on April 21st, 2022, creating the position of Police Department Chaplain. And whereas the Mayor and Council of Elmwood Park have determined that the need has arisen to appoint and fulfill the position. And whereas the Mayor and Council of Elmwood Park have reviewed and considered the qualification of the recommended individuals by the Borough Business Administrator as qualified chaplains for the Police Department. And whereas it is recommendation of the Borough Business Administrator to appoint the following individuals as volunteer police chaplains: Rabbi Andrew Schultz of Fairlawn, Pastor Isaac Ronald Williams of Elmwood Park, Imam Muhammad El Falali of Elmwood Park. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that Rabbi Andrew Schultz of Fairlawn, Pastor Isaac Ronald Williams of Elmwood Park, Imam Muhammad El Falali of Elmwood Park be and are hereby appointed as Police Department chaplains for a term effective April 22nd, 2022 to terminate on December 31st, 2022 as voluntary position without salary or rank. I will ask that all three individuals please come up to be sworn in.
So, as stated earlier, our borough is very diverse in race and ethnicity, but not just race and ethnicity, but in faith as well. So it seemed fitting and appropriate to bring on three members of the largest faiths in the world to join our police department and to join our community and our family. So Pastor Ron Williams, Rabbi Andrew Schultz, and Imam Muhammad El Falali, welcome to our family, and we look forward to serving with you.
Okay. Motion,
Mayor, I'm gonna
please.
have Sergeant Victor Scott come forward. He was instrumental in helping with this process. So Vic, come on up.
We have to vote
Okay.
first.
A motion,
So move.
Second.
call the roll, please.
Okay, first by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent, Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries.
So usually, the oath, swearing in a police officer, zoning board member, planning board member, is about this thick in terms of lines. Swearing in these three men, it's double and triple. Now, my question is, don't they trust you guys? Why is it so lengthy? Is the point. That's probably it. All right, gentlemen, can we repeat after me? One sec.
At this time, we'll just take 5 minutes. Mayor, I'd like to reestablish a quorum. On roll call, we have council members Valesiri, who's absent. Dennis? Here. Golombek? Here. Pellegrin?
Here.
Sheridan?
Here.
Council President Fasolo?
Here.
Mayor Coletti?
Here.
We have reestablished a quorum.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor, at this time, I would like to call up our CFO, Roy Rigatano, who has a presentation.
Okay, we'll allow that this evening because he's got good news.
Good evening, everyone. So, through the efforts of the mayor and council, the administrator and staff, we have been able to present this evening on introduction, which everyone is probably want to know what's the tax increase. It's going to be zero. The way we got to zero is we've been waiting for Washington, D.C. for the last 2 months to give us more insight how we could use the American Rescue Plan monies, and it was actually last week that we got final confirmation we could use this to offset our revenues that were devastated just like any other town in the nation with the COVID. So with that plug of $1,044,000 and with the efforts of the council with development in Elmwood Park, the assessed values are going completely on the upswing. With everything working in concert, zero is where we'll be for this year, but more importantly, next year, we're hoping to do the same. But again, you just don't know with the inflation, what's going on over in Ukraine. You just don't know, but for here in Elmwood Park, it looks good. Any details, just ask away. It's only on intro, so the public will have their say at a public hearing, which is what date, Shanae?
April 21st.
So on April 21st, the public will have a say as far as if you want a tax increase or not, but we're at zero.
Thank you, Roy. We all are elated from that news, as we were earlier this evening when we heard the news. I want to thank you for your efforts, and thank Stephen also, the auditor. And hopefully nothing will change from now, right? Could you swear upon that on the Bible, that nothing will change from now until April 21st?
Just like you say, Mayor, all the time. I think so.
Anybody have any questions or statements to our CFO?
I would just like to thank him for his work on this. It was a lot of work. He always does a great job for our community, and the chief and also Steve Wilcox, they all worked very, very hard. It looks easy to us because they just bring the results to us and they're great, but it was many, many hours of work and cutting things down so that we can give a zero tax increase to our residents. And really what's going on all over, they really, really needed it. So I commend you all and I thank you all for your hard work as usual. Thank you.
Anyone else care to speak?
I also want to thank Roy and Steve for all their hard work on the budget, but I also want to commend this council for really doing their due diligence and looking to spend money on different projects without having that increase and using those federal funds wisely, because I know that was an area of great debate on this council, but I know in the end we got to zero at the end.
Thank you, Mr. Fasolo. Anyone else?
Mayor, if I may.
Sure.
I too want to commend our longtime CFO and his work on this, and our auditor, Mr. Wilcox. I just think this, at least to me, proves a point that you can have multiple things at once. You can invest in your town, invest in your infrastructure, invest in your roads, bolster your police workforce, bolster your DPW workforce, bolster your City Hall support staff workforce, and take advantage of the growth of the town, the increased tax base, make all these good things happen, and maintain taxes at a flat level while everything else in the world around us is going up. That is a fantastic thing, and we should all be proud of that. Thank you.
Anyone else? I just would like to add to that, that the silver lining here was the grant money we got, and we shouldn't forget that in our spending habits going forward, especially as Roy had mentioned that we stand to be in a good position for next year, providing we don't get sloppy in our duties, which I'm sure we're all searching for that zero, and that's what we all want. Anyone else care to speak? Roy, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm just going to sit because we do have these resolutions that have to go through. You have them? Did you do them yet? Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy.
Okay, Mayor, now we have ordinances on first reading.
Are we going to do the presentation for the planner, Chris?
Our planner is not here.
Oh, he's not here. Okay, so I guess can't do it unless he's here, right?
Right, so
I'm sorry.
it's fine.
Got to keep the humor in you. No.
Okay, moving on to ordinances on first reading. We have Resolution R-113-22, introduce ordinance number 22-06 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the Borough of Chapter 11 entitled Housing, more specifically Section 11-4.14 entitled Penalty for Violation, same to be deleted and replaced by the language contained herein, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, April 21st, 2022 at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any person interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Thank you, Sinead. Mr. Ingraffio, would you care to break this down for us?
Yes, Mayor. This particular ordinance is an amendment to the existing ordinance. As a result of a court hearing, it came to my attention that there were some conflicts between our ordinance and the state statute. And in an effort to put the two of them into compliance, we have to amend our ordinance so that there would be a compliance with the state statute, whereby now the court can actually exercise the proper jurisdiction over unlawful employment.
Thank you. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent. Dennis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Yes.
Pellegrin?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, on first reading, we have Resolution R-114-22, introduce ordinance number 22-07 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to Authorize the Undertaking of the Design and Engineering Phase for Traffic Signalization Improvements at the River Road, River Drive intersection in, by, and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $110,000 to pay the cost thereof to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, April 21st, 2022, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Mr. Foligno, will you break that down for us, please?
Mayor, this is the never-ending endeavor to get a traffic signal at the intersection of River Road and River Drive. This is for the design and engineering services for the borough engineer, which the county punted to us.
And basically, what we're doing here is just authorizing the issuance of the such bond will be authorizing the engineer and his payment, correct? As far as the light goes, that would be all on the county's back.
Yes, Mayor.
Okay. So we're just paying for the engineering fees. I may I have a motion on the ordinance.
So moved.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent. Sultanis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Yes.
Pellegrin?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, now we have Resolution R-115-22 to introduce ordinance number 22-08 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Article 3 of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park," titled Department of the Local Government, Chapter 2, Administration, Section 2-27, entitled Police Department, more specifically, Section 2-27.1, entitled Creation of the Department Members, creating the position of chaplain for the Elmwood Park Police Department, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, April 21st, 2022, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the borough clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Mr. Foligno, would you please be so kind to break this down?
Yes, Mayor, this is what we saw here tonight, the addition of the chaplain position to the police ordinance under the table of organization. So that was amended to permit these three appointments.
May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, council members Ballesteri, who's absent. Dennis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Yes.
Pellegrin?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to ordinances for second reading, we have Resolution R-116-22. Introduce ordinance 22-04 on second reading, whereas a public notice has been given by the borough clerk that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, amending the Borough Code and all general ordinances of the borough, more specifically Chapter 4, Licensing and Business Regulations, Section 4.7, clarifying application fees and license fees, clarifying types of numbers of licenses that may be issued, Chapter 8, Marijuana dispensaries and paraphernalia, Chapter 34, Zoning Site Plan Review, Section 34-3.1, Section 34-7.3, Section 34-7.4, Section 34-31, Section 34-44.1, and Section 34-44.2 to permit and govern legal cannabis and marijuana operations within the Borough of Elmwood Park, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, February 17th, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, amending the Borough Code and all general ordinances of the borough, more specifically Chapter 4, Licensing and Business Regulations, Section 4.7, clarifying application fees and license fees, clarifying types and numbers of licenses that may be issued, Chapter 8, Marijuana dispensaries and paraphernalia, Chapter 34, Zoning Site Plan Review, Section 34-3.1, Section 34-7.3, Section 34-7.4, Section 34-31, Section 34-44.1, and Section 34-44.2 to permit and govern legal cannabis and marijuana operations within the Borough of Elmwood Park, passed on final reading.
Well, that was a long one, huh?
Yes.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I'll close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent. Dennis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Yes.
Pellegrin?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next, on second reading, we have Resolution R-117-22, introduce ordinance 22-05 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance repealing, amending, and supplementing the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Chapter 3, entitled Police Regulations, more specifically Section 3.19 entitled Tattooing, same to be repealed and replaced by the following contained herein: order to regulate tattooing and body piercing in the Borough of Elmwood Park, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, February 17th, 2022, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance repealing, amending, and supplementing the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Chapter 3, entitled Police Regulations, more specifically Section 3-19, entitled Tattooing, same be repealed and replaced by the following contained herein, in order to regulate tattooing and body piercing in the Borough of Elmwood Park. Pass on final reading.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance here? If not, I'll close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So move?
Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Pellegrin. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent. So Dennis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Yes.
Pellegrin?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, Shanae, here's where you get to read even more.
Yes, Mayor, moving on to the consent agenda, we have resolutions R-118-22, approval of payroll, R-119-22, approval of bills list, R-120-22, approval of transfers, R-121-22, capital budget amendment, R-122-22, resolution authorizing shared service agreement with the City of Garfield and the Borough of Elmwood Park for shared services of the City Clerk of the City of Garfield, Resolution R-123-22, resolution to refund overpayment, Resolution R-124-22, resolution to refund overpayment, R-125-22, authorized public defender account, R-126-22, requesting permission for the dedication by writer from municipal public defender, R-127-22, authorized purchase of equipment, Pack Talk Police Department, R-128-22, authorized purchase of equipment, Axon Enterprise, Inc., Police Department, R-129-22, appointment of Recreation Department staff, R-130-22, authorized contract with Garden State Fireworks, Inc., R-131-22, award of bid, band shell extension, R-132-22, Vietnam Memorial bid rejection, R-133-22, authorized contract with EP&G Strategy, R-134-22, resolution to approve consent agenda.
May I have a motion on the consent agenda?
Mayor, before we move on, could I make a motion to table Resolution 122-22 from the consent agenda?
Okay,
I will second that.
okay. Do we need to call that to a vote after the two motions on tabling, Sal? Okay. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Roll call to table resolution R-122-22. On roll call, we have Councilmember Ballesteri, who's not here. So Dennis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Abstain.
Okay. Pellegrin?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Okay, this resolution will be tabled.
Okay. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? If not, call the roll, please.
I need someone to motion the consent
So
agenda.
moved.
Oh, we had the motion already.
Oh,
No.
No, we didn't?
No, we
Okay, very good.
thanks. First by Pellegrin, second by Sheridan. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent, Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, now we have our budget introduction.
Okay.
Resolution R-135-22, introduce ordinance 21-09 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Calendar Year 2022 Ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank NJSA 40A:4-45.14 be passed and adopted on first reading. And be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, April 21st, 2022 at 7 o'clock p.m. or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it resolved that the borough clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in the legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Motion on the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent, Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Now we have Resolution R-136-22, introduction of the 2022 municipal budget. Be it resolved that the following statements of revenues and appropriations shall constitute the municipal budget for the year 2022, and be it further resolved that said budget be published in the Record and Herald News in the issue of March 24th, 2022, and be it further resolved that the governing body of the Borough of Elmwood Park does hereby approve the following as the budget for the year 2022.
Motion on the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent. So Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Okay, notice is hereby given that the budget and tax resolution was approved by the Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, on March 17, 2022. A hearing on the budget and tax resolution will be held at the municipal building on April 21st, 2022 at 7 o'clock p.m., at which time and place objections to the budget and tax resolution for the year 2022 may be presented by taxpayers or other interested persons. Copies of the budget are available in the office of Shanae Morris, Acting Borough Clerk, at the municipal building, 182 Market Street, Elmwood Park, New Jersey, phone number 201-796-1457, during the hours of 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
May I have a motion on the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Oh, that was just me reading.
Oh, that was just you reading?
Yes, the motion was carried. Instead of me saying motion carried, I had to read that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very good.
And if it's okay by you, Mayor, I would like to read Resolution R-137-22 by title only.
Okay.
Resolution R-137-22, governing body certification of compliance with the United States Equal Opportunity Commission's enforcement guidance on the consideration of arrest and conviction records and employment decisions under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Motion on the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Ballesteri, who's absent. Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Motion carries. Next on our agenda, Mayor, we have departmental reports. We have the Board of Health meeting minutes from December 13th, 2021, and January 17th, 2022.
Motion on the departmental reports.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Okay, first by Pellegrin, second by Sheridan. On roll call, we have members Ballesteri, who's absent. Dennis,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrin,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Fasolo.
Yes.
Reports accepted. Now, Mayor, we have applications for Saddlebrook Unico for a bingo license that will be held April 22nd, 2022, and St. Leo's RC Church for a raffle that will be held on April 29th, 2022.
May I have a motion on the applications?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Valesari, who's absent. Dennis?
Yes.
Golubek?
Yes.
Pellegrin?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Council President Fasolo?
Yes.
Applications accepted. That concludes my portion of the meeting, Mayor.
Thank you, Sinead. Council reports, we'll start off with Mrs. Dennis.
Okay. The next Board of Ed meeting is March 22nd at 7 p.m. in the High School Media Center. The DPW is scheduled an annual cleanup day on Saturday, April 9th at noon. They'll be gathering at the Senior Center. We're looking for volunteers to help clean up our borough. They'll be working at Borough Field. April 30th, Elmer Park Spring Festival is in. We're working on that. Come out and enjoy some food trucks, festival food, live entertainment, kiddie rides and games. The event will be held from 10 to 5, so please save the date. And Councilwoman Ballesteri is not here, but she was going to report that the Recreation Center is hosting its annual Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 9th, 10 a.m. sharp. Get there on time. The kids run pretty fast at Borough Field. They're also having a spring break camp from April 18th to the 22nd. There's limited space available, $200 per child. Registration opened up today at 6 p.m. And lastly, the Recreation Center is accepting signups for its newly established adult basketball league. The league will be for anyone ages 16 and up. The price is $100 per player, and the season will be run on Sundays from April through June.
Thank you. Councilman Golubek?
Progress, Mayor.
Councilwoman Pellegrin?
Yes, a couple things, Mayor. The Board of Health had their meeting this past Monday. Save the date, the second annual Elmwood Park Celebrate Senior event will be held on October 1st. Many more details to follow as we get closer to the date. Also, they discussed many visions and ideas to better serve our community. When more events and projects are confirmed, I will update everyone, and their next meeting is Monday, April 11th at 7 p.m. And then I just wanted to say, I'm sorry the chaplains left, but they'll see it on video. I was truly honored tonight to appoint our 3 chaplains to our police department. I want to welcome them to our team. I look forward to working with all of them, and our community is truly blessed to know that they are there for all of us. Thank you in leading us all in prayer, comfort, and hope. And I just like to thank Chief Feligno because I know this was his idea, and I really do think it brings the community together. They'll bring us all closer. They'll be at every event, and you can see by their faces they're all truly so excited to do this for the community. So I really think, Chief, that was a great idea you had, and I could already see them pulling people in together. And just as a resident myself, I feel very blessed to have them supporting us, there for us, and if we're having even a bad day and we want to reach out and talk to somebody, I would feel that any one of us, anyone in the police department, any one of our employees can go to them, and I feel that they would help us. So thank you. It was a tremendous idea. Progress, Mayor.
Thank you, Mrs. Pellegrin. Councilwoman Sheridan?
Okay, thank you, Mayor. The Elmwood Park Homeowners Association, is going to have their next meeting on March 23rd. The guest speaker is going to be Tess Tomaso from the Bergen County Board of Social Services. She's going to be there to talk about the taxes, nutritional program, reverse mortgage, emergency assistance, adult protection service. She's going to answer a lot of questions. I mean, it's 7 o'clock sharp. If anybody can make it, you're more than happy to go. On Friday, March 25th, the Elmwood Park Association is having a bus trip to the Winds Creek Casino. The bus leaves at 10 o'clock from the rec center, comes back around 7. The cost is $40. You get $35 back in cash voucher. And if you need to reserve a seat, call Linda at 201-966-7694. We had our parade meeting on March 14th. I'll have more details, but if anyone is interested in making a float for the parade, the float deadline is on April 15th. The next meeting will be April 25th at 1:30 in the all-purpose room. And Mayor, the VFW is finally open.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
It's a great accomplishment. It didn't look so good going back a year, year and a half. And Terry, you should take a bow on this for keeping it together and managing to get the two groups, one from Fairlawn and Elmwood Park, to merge, which is probably financially beneficial to both parties. But that took a lot of work, a lot of dedication, along with Joe Mulligan. We got to add in there, and Mr. Boone. We can't forget Mr. Boone. But congratulations, really. I'm sure everybody on this dais and everybody in this town is happy the fact that our VFW is still functioning.
Today was opening day.
Sure, go right ahead.
I just would like to say too, I know how hard you worked on that. She worked endless hours to get that together. And I think I know we're all really grateful for that. So good job, Terry. And I look forward to having and seeing many events going on there. Thank you.
Okay, moving right along here, Council President Fasolo.
Progress, Mayor.
Okay, that leaves me, huh? All right, for those of you that don't know, our library is open. And I'm going to leave it right there. Piggybacking on what Terry said about the Memorial Day Parade, we are going to have a parade this year. We've had numerous meetings with all the different organizations, and it was decided that our police department, our police chief, would take the lead on organizing it this year. And based on that, we've had 2 meetings, and it's still a work in progress, but everything looks very good for a nice, jolly, full, colorful parade comes Memorial Day. We also received a donation from the Elks Club of $5,000. We want to thank everybody from the Elks Club who are responsible for that donation. But another special kudos goes out to one of the facilitators in consideration of procuring the donation would be Terry Sheridan. Once again, Terry, thank you for your efforts. And Carl Roberts Sr. and Carl Roberts Jr. helping facilitate. Thank you very much to all of them. That's all I have. Where are we, Shanae? We're going to, okay, public, right? All right. May I have a motion to open to the public?
So move.
Second.
Is there anyone from the public that cares to speak on any topic whatsoever? Yes, your name and your address would be appreciated. Is that on, Pam?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I'll talk, it'll be okay. The resolution that was tabled, R-122-22, is that a new position?
No. That is, we're trying to figure out a way to do it that's legally. Since Erin has left, we wanted her to remain as a consultant at key moments while our new clerk is becoming acclimated to the job. So right now, we're trying to figure out a way of paying her, which is a nominal amount. And what we had set up tonight wasn't quite right, so we're going to go back to the discussion board and resolve the problem.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else care to speak? If not, I will close the public portion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's nice having you. We had a very full evening, and I guess we'll see you next time. I'm going to call for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
All in favor? Good night.